All right, so today we're continuing. Yes. So good morning. Today we're continuing discussions on 9.8, which is partial fraction decomposition. And I guess we discussed how many cases? 2. And we will discuss the last 2, and then we will have a quiz. Yes. So the quiz will be on the section yesterday, case 1 and case 2 only, so it's the easier ones. All right. Now let's start. So we're still on 9.8, and tomorrow we will do 9.9, and we will finish 9.9, and we will have a test chapter 9 on Wednesday. Yes. All right. So let's see here. Hold on. Math 260 Stewart, and where was this? Oh, this one right here. Is this where we finish? Yes. Okay. So now let's do case 3 and case 4. So case 3. Case 3. All right. This is where q of x has quadratic. So q of x, the denominator, contains irreducible quadratic factors. So q of x contains irreducible quadratic factors, and then none of which are repeated. All right. So to give you an example, we will have number 1, 2x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 times x squared plus 2. So 2x plus 1 times x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 times x squared plus 2. So look at this. The first factor would be quadratic or linear. Linear. So this is x plus 1. What do I put on top of x plus 1? A. Okay. Now the second one will be quadratic. Can I factor out x squared plus 2? No, that's why it's quadratic. What will be on top? It will be, what is the, not b, but this is quadratic. The one on top has one less degree. So this is bx plus c. Yes. Yeah. Bx plus c, because this is quadratic. The factor is quadratic. Yeah. Then we could just solve for a, b, and c. How? We always clear the denominator by multiplying with the LCD. So x plus 1 times x squared plus 2, x plus 1 times x squared plus 2, and then bx plus c times x plus 1 times x squared plus 2. So always clear the denominator. Okay, what are we left with? On the left, 2x plus 1, and on the right, a times x squared plus 2. Yes. Now, what about on the second term on the right? So this is bx plus c times x plus 1. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Now, what are we going to do here? Do you want to use method 1 or method 2? What is method 1? Choose x. So what x do you think you'll choose? Yes, x equals -1, then we could solve for a. So you could also use combination of method 1 and method 2, right? So method 1, choose x. So x equals -1. So on the left, I have 2 times -1 plus 1, so that is -1 is equal to a times 3, yes, so yes, plus, oh, this will be 0, bx plus c times 0, so I don't really have to continue, because when I substitute -1 here, what happens? It will be 0, so what is bx plus c times 0? That will be 0, so if you want, you can write down bx plus c times 0, but you don't have to, yeah? So 3a is equal to -1. I guess yesterday somebody asked, where did the bx plus c go, or something like that. Is it clear why I don't have bx plus c here? Why not? Because this will be 0. Because -1 plus 1 is 0. So it's going to be bs. So I have here negative b plus c. And then when you substitute -1 plus 1 here, you're going to multiply by 0. So what is negative b plus c times 0? 0. So usually we don't have to write it. Yeah? That's why I didn't write it. But you could write it if you want. So what is a? -1/3. Yes. Good. So what other axis should we choose? X equals 0? Okay. So x equals 0, so we have 1 is equal to a times 2 plus b times 0. So b times 0 is 0. C times, C times 1. All right. So 1 is equal to 2a plus c. But I know a already, didn't I? Yes. So 1 is 2 times -1/3 plus c. So 1 is equal to -2/3 plus c. So what is c? You add 2/3 to both sides. So c is 5/3. Yeah. So add 2/3 both sides. So 1 is 3/3 plus 2/3 is 5/3. Good. All right. So now what about B? What other axis should I choose? X equals 1, right? Any axis, because nothing else will cancel anyway, so I would just use x equals 1. So whatever x is easy. So when x is equal to 1, what do I have here? 3 is equal to a times 3 plus b plus c times 2. Isn't it? Okay. So 3 is equal to 3a plus 2b plus 2c. All right. Okay. So 3 is 3 times -1/3, because a is -1/3, plus 2b plus 2 times 5/3, because c is 5/3. Yeah. So 3 is -1 plus 2b plus 10/3. Okay. If you don't want to deal with fractions, what would you do? Multiply everything by 3. Yes. So if you want, you could just multiply everything by 3. Or you could deal with the fraction here. This is -3/3. So when you combine this is 7/3. And then the other side minus 7 over 3, right? Okay, so what is this here? Multiply by 3. So we could clear the fraction, multiply each one of them by 3 if you like. So 9 is equal to negative 3 plus 6b plus 10. I think you guys like this better, right? Yeah. So what is negative 3 plus 10? 7, and then bring it to the left. 9 minus 7? 2. Yes, 6b is equal to 2. So what is b? 2 over 6, which is 1/3. Yeah. All right. Easy? So what is the answer? A over x plus 1. So it is negative 1 over x, 3 times x plus 3. Because A is negative 1/3. Right? What about B? What is B? 1/3. So it is 1 over 3 times x squared plus 2b. Well, I don't write 1b, so it's just 1b. And c is 5. Oh, what did I do? So it's just x, 1x, plus c is 5/3. So 5 over 3. All right, so I don't write 1x, so it's just going to be x plus 5. C is 5 over 3. So this is 1/3 x. Oh, which one? Oh, it should be x plus 1. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it should be x plus 1. Yeah. Thank you. Is this right now? Yeah. You are right. Yes. Mm-hmm. You're distributing this to 2 times b plus c. Yes? Yeah. Sure. Because we just wrote the 2 in the back. Usually we write it like this, 2 times b plus c. But we wrote it b plus c times 2. So it's the same thing, right? Okay. Good. I'm waiting for another question.
How do you choose the axis?
You choose the axis so that some of the variables would cancel. So this is good question. Yeah. So look at these. All right. Now I'm going to see what type of x should I choose. Now if I choose x equals negative 1, what happens here? Negative 1 plus 1 is? Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to choose so that something is 0. Yeah, and sometimes you won't have it. Like, for example, if I choose x equals negative 1, I know I will cancel this whole thing, right? Because you will have an expression multiplied by 0, so I could solve for a. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is I'm going to look here again. What about x? Can this expression here be 0? No, you can't. So we don't know. Now, what about here? Can this expression here be 0? Yes, if you choose x equals to 0. Yes. So that's why the first one that we chose was x equals negative 1. And the second x that we chose was x equals 0. Now this one doesn't make anything 0, but you just have to choose one easy x. Yeah, so it can be any number. You can be x equals to 2. Whatever it is, it should make your life easier. Yeah? Okay, good questions. Next, let me see what time now. Let's do case 4. Yeah? Do we want to do another one of these? Yeah, okay. Let's see. So number 2, What if we have 3x minus 2 divided by x plus 4 multiplied by 3x squared plus 1? All right. Now, before we write anything else, let's just write the partial fraction decomposition. So the first one will be x plus 4. What do I have on top? A only, constant. And the second one is 3x squared plus 1. So what do I have on top? Okay, can I ask you why it is bx plus 2 and not just b? This is quadratic and this is irreducible, meaning you cannot factor it out. So if this is quadratic, the one on top should be 1 degree less. Yeah, and this is different. This is not repeated. All right. Now, let's clear the denominator as usual. So we have been clearing the denominator. So x plus 4 times 3x squared plus 1. X plus 4 times 3x squared plus 1. X plus 4 times 3x squared plus 1. All right. So this is 3x minus 2 is equal to a times what? 3x squared plus 1 plus bx plus c times x plus 4? All right. Good. All right. Now, which axis would you choose? Or do you want to use method 1 or method 2? You want to use method 2? Why not method 1? Or you want to remember method 2? Okay, so let's remember method 2. Distribute right hand side and do compare the coefficient on right hand side and left hand side. Okay, so we could do method 2. All right. We will probably have a 3 by 3 though. Yeah. So we will have a 3 by 3 system if we use method 2 here. So actually method 1 is easier. Yeah. So do you want to use method 1 first and then use method 2 later? All right. So let's do method 1 first. Because you will have a 3 by 3. At least you could do let me move this. So let's do a combination of method 1 and method 2. Okay. All right, so let's do method 1, and then let's do combination for method 1 and method 2. Choose x. Now, and then we will use method 2. Yeah, so you remember. What x should I choose? Is it apparent from here? Negative 4. So if I choose negative 4, then what happens? All of these will be 0. That's what we want. So I solve for a variable, and that's really important. Yeah. So x is equal to negative 4. So in this case, we have 3 times negative 4 minus 2, that is negative 14, is equal to a times 3 times 49. 48 plus 1, right? 49, 8 times 49. And then we say, oh, this will be negative 4 plus 4, so this will be 0. So what is an expression multiplied by 0? 0. So I don't have to write anything here because this will be 0, right? Okay. So what is A? Negative 49, negative 14 over 49. Can I reduce this? Yes, divide by 7, divide by 7. Negative 2 over 7. All right. Good. So we found A using method 1, and then you said you want to remember method 2, right? So let's do method 2. So we will distribute the right-hand side. So can we continue with method 1? Yes. But you said you want to remember method 2, correct? So let's do method 2. If I use method 1, then I would choose x equals 0 next, and then whatever x later. Yeah. But now I'm doing a combination of method 1 and method 2, so I will distribute this this right-hand side. So what is this? 3ax squared plus a. Right? Now, we have to do FOIL here. What is this FOIL here? bx squared plus 4bx plus cx plus 4c. So I'm just distributing. Yeah. But now I'm going to collect the x squared and the x and the constant. What is coefficient of x squared that I have here? 3ax squared plus bx squared. So this is 3ax squared plus bx squared. So I'm collecting the coefficient. Yeah. Now, what about x? Yes, so what is it? 4b plus c times x. Good. What about the constant? A plus 4c. Are we okay so far? So I'm combining the x squared, the x, and the constant. Okay, I'm waiting for a question. Where is the, oh, okay, not yet. So this is 3x minus 2 here. Are we okay so far? Yeah? Okay. Now I'm going to compare, so we're going to compare the left and the right. Right? So I have, do I have x squared here? No. What is the coefficient of x squared on the left? 0. So what is your first equation? 3a plus b is equal to 0. I actually have a 0x squared here, which I didn't write down. Well, I mean, since the left is the same as the right, then if you have x squared, then the coefficients must match. So 3a plus b has to equal to 0. So this is how it looks. It doesn't have a 0x squared, but you have to write down an imaginary 0x squared there. Are we okay so far? Okay. Do you know why this is 0? Okay, because here it's supposed to be 0x squared. Right? So the coefficient of x squared, which is 3a plus b, is the same as this coefficient of x squared, which is 0. Okay. But do we know a? Okay, so then we will just substitute a and get b. So 3 times negative 2 over 7 plus b is 0. So negative 6 over 7 plus b is 0. So what is your b? 6 over 7. Yes. Good. Yeah. Okay, what next? The x next? Okay. So 4b plus c is equal to 3. Right? I'm equating the coefficients. The coefficient of x on the right here is 4b plus c, and the one on the right is 3. So we have 4b, well, maybe let's just call it 1. And then the second one is 4b plus c is equal to 3. But we know b already, don't we? Okay, so 4 times 6 over 7 plus c is equal to 3. So 24 over 7 plus c is equal to 3. Okay, do you want to clear the denominator or just subtract? You just subtract? Okay. So c is 3 over minus 24 over 7. So what is 3? 21 over 7? Minus 24 over 7. So what is this? Negative 3 over 7. Yeah. Okay, good questions. Why is 4b plus c equals to 3? What is the coefficient of x on the left side? 3. What is the coefficient of x on the right side? 4b plus c. Yes. So since they're equal, they have to be equal. The coefficients must be equal. Yeah. And do I need the last one? No, I don't. So we are done. Because I already got A from my first method 1. So it's always helpful to mix and match methods. Yeah. So maybe you can't get method 1 all the way, but you could do method 1 and method 2. So what's my answer? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. So yes. That's right. Yes. But it will be harder, you know why? Well, because this is the equation that you will have. 3a plus b is equal to 0. And then 4b plus c is equal to 3. And then the last one would be what? A plus 4c is equal to negative 2. So this is a 3 by 3 system, which is a little bit harder to solve. Yeah. So if we could get at least one solved, it's a lot easier. Yeah. Sometimes method 2 is a lot easier. Sometimes combination of method 1 and method 2 is easier. Sometimes method 1 is easier. But it's good to know both, right? Okay. So what's my answer? A. What is my A? Oh. So negative 2 over 7. Okay. I don't have space here, so I'm going to write it into two lines. Negative 2 over 7 times x plus 4. Okay, good. What is the other one? What is B? 6 over 7. And what is C? Okay. So this is 6x minus 3 divided by 7 times 3x squared plus 1. Doable? Okay. So this is case 3. What is this? Q of x contains quadratic but not repeated. So case 4 is quadratic and then repeated. Yeah. All right. I'm waiting for a question. Yes.
Why wouldn't it be? Oh, no, I see what happened.
Hmm? No?
I see.
Okay. That's it? Yes. Right. Yes. Yes. So minus 3 over 7. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Are you talking about the same thing? Why? Okay, so I could actually write it like this, negative 2 over 7 over x plus 4, right? And also plus 6 over 7x minus 3 over 7 over 3x squared plus 1. But, you know, this is, what is it? This one is a complex fraction, right? So we should put the 7 on the bottom. So this is a preferable method of writing. Yeah? Okay, good. Now case 4. Okay. So case 4, Q of x contains repeated, so this is repeated, irreducible quadratic factors. So, for example, it is x to the 4th plus 1 divided by x times x squared plus 1 squared. All right. This one we will probably use method 2 because there will be a lot of zeros. Yeah, but we'll see. Now, can you guess how you're going to write down the bottom? So the first one would be x. And what's on top of x? A. That's right. And the second one would be, the denominator first. X squared plus 1. And on top will be? That's right. And do I have another one? Yes, because you repeat it. So this is x squared plus 1 squared. What do I have on top? Dx plus e. Yes. So it's still quadratic, even though it's repeated. So it doesn't change the degree. Yes. So it's not like x to the 4th. No. It's still quadratic, but it is repeated. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what do we do usually? Right, so we clear the denominator. So x times x squared plus 1 squared. So x, so multiply both sides by the LCD. X times x squared plus 1 squared. X times x squared plus 1 squared. Alright, so this is x to the 4 plus 1 is equal to a times x squared plus 1 squared plus what? Dx plus c multiplied by x times x squared plus 1, okay, plus dx plus e multiplied by x. Ooh, okay. Let me see. So, what do we do now? It looks complicated, isn't it? Okay, so if we choose x method 1, can we get anything from here? 0? Yes, so probably 0 will help. So let's use method 1 first. So method 1, choose x. So always use method 1 first, at least to do some of them, because it makes it easier. Yeah. So what x do you choose? So let's see. If I have a 0 here, this will cancel, and then this will cancel too. So it's good. I have an a, right? Okay. So when x is equal to 0, what do we have on the left? 1 is equal to a times 1. Is it? Yes. Plus, and then you say, oh, this will be 0, right? So this will be 0. And what about this? This will be 0 as well. So you don't have to write plus 0 plus 0. That's not necessary. So what is a? 1. Good. At least we solve one variable. Now, what else do you want to do? Should we choose any other number? Well, what other number would you choose? No, right? So we will go and start choosing method 2. So method 2, distribute the right-hand side. And then what do I do in method 2? Compare the coefficients. Okay? That's what we do in method 2. So we compare the coefficients of the left and the right of RHS. Do you know when I write RHS, what do I mean by that? Right hand side, yes, and left hand side. All right. So let's distribute. So x to the 4 plus 1. So what is a times x squared plus 1 squared? What is x squared plus 1 squared? X to the 4 plus 2x squared, bless you, plus 1. Yes. Plus bx times x squared plus 1. Or if you want to do it, bx plus c times bx plus c times x cubed plus x is plus dx squared plus dx, right? Okay. So now, what do I have here? Yeah. You distribute, you multiply it here. Oh yeah, we are going to do it now. Yeah. So this is a x to the 4 plus 2a x squared plus a. Now we are going to do the FOIL. Plus, what is this? bx to the 4 plus bx squared plus cx cubed plus cx plus dx squared plus ex. Alright, now we're going to collect like terms. X to the 4th. Do I have x to the 4th? Yes. Which one? Only a and b. A plus b. Do we have x cubed? Just c? Yes, so cx cubed. Do we have x squared? What is it? 2a plus b plus b. All right. Do we have x? Where? Oh. X is c plus e? Okay. Do we have constant? Yeah, it is. All right. And this is equals to x to the 4th plus 1. All right. It looks scary, but actually not. You'll see a lot of zeros on there. And it helps that we have a equals 1. All right, so what are we going to do now? So we are comparing the coefficients of the right-hand side with the left-hand side to get the equation. So what is my first equation? A plus b is equal to 1. Why is that? Because the coefficient here is whatever coefficient here. The coefficient here is 1. So a plus b must equal to 1. So this is equation 1. But do I know a? Yes. So 1 plus b is 1. So what is b? 0. So it helps if we could get at least one number. Yeah? Coefficient of x to the 4. What is the coefficient of x to the 4th here on the right? A plus b. What is the coefficient of x to the 4th on the right? On the left, sorry. 1. So this is 1 x to the 4, right? So that's why a plus b must equal to 1. Good. Now, let's move on. X cubed. So what is the coefficient of x cubed here? C. Okay. And the left, do I have an x cubed? No. So c must equal to 0. Isn't it easy now? Okay. Now, we also have x squared. What is x squared? Do I have x squared on the left? No. So what's my next equation? 2a plus b plus d is equal to 0. This is equation 2. Why is it 0? There is no x squared here. This is 0 x squared. Do I know A?
Yes.
Yes. So 2 times 1 plus 0 plus B equals 0. So what is B? Yes. All right. Now next. C plus E, right, is equal to 0. Because why? There's no coefficient of x here. So this is equation 3. But I know C is 0. So E will be, right? Okay, then that's it, right? We solve everything, A, B, C, D, E. Isn't it? Okay, so we just have to write down the answer. Well, do I have space here? Where should I write the answer? A little bit lower? Yes.
Would you find like all the coefficients like you like how you didn't find A?
Yeah, we already did. Yeah, you already did. So once you do method 1 and find A, you don't have to do it anymore. Yeah, because look at this. A is also 1, right? Yeah, but you already did. Yeah. Should I write the answer here? Because I have no space. Okay. So the answer, do I have A? Yes, A. So this is 1 over x, right? Now B is 0, C is 0, so nothing in the middle. D is -2, and E is 0. So it will be minus 2 over x squared plus 1 squared. That's it, right? Because the other one says 0. Is it hard? Well, it looks scary, but it's not hard because you see a lot of zeros. Yeah? Yes, Sonia. Which one are we talking about? Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes? So I made a boo-boo here. I forgot the x. Yes, you do, because it is dx plus e, so it's 2x plus 0. So remember the x here. Yes, you do. Thank you. Doable? Okay. Yes. This is how it goes. It is repeated. So when it's repeated, you have to start with the smallest exponent. So it's 1. So your question is, what about if I change this to 3 or 4? Okay. If this were a 4, then what would you have? You have to start with x squared plus 1 raised to the first power, and then square, and then the next one is cube, and then the next one is 4. So it always, that's the procedure. You have to do it from, when it's repeated, you have to do it with the power 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then whatever power it is. Okay? So it's just the procedure. Yeah? Okay. Good question. So what you said, why do I have this middle? Why don't I just go ahead and have this and this, right? Okay. No, you have, when it's repeated, you have to do from 1, 2, 3, 4. So up to whatever times. Yeah. Good. So let me mention something, and then I'm just going to mention that, and we will have a quiz, right? Okay. So now let's mention this one. So if the degree of p of x is greater than or equal to the degree of q of x, we have to do long division first. And then do the partial fraction decomposition on the remainder. Partial fraction decomposition on the remainder. Because the quotient doesn't have is not a rational expression. So the quotient will be just x plus 2 or x plus 5. And then the remainder is the one in which you have to do the partial fraction decomposition. So for example, if you have something like this, 2x to the 4th plus 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus x plus 7 divided by x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2. We need to do long division first. Okay? All right. So let's have the quiz now. So we have 18 minutes. All right. So it's only case 1, case 2, or do you want case 3 and case 4 too? Case 1 and case 2? Oh, okay. Case 3 and case 4? No. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to finish 9.9 tomorrow, and you guys will have a test on Wednesday, right? You want it on Wednesday. Okay. So on Monday and Tuesday, I will start chapter 10. Yeah. Chapter 10 is very short, only 4 sections. No, 5 sections. But very short. We will talk about ellipse, parabola. So it's very short, and then we will do chapter 11. Yeah. We don't have too long more, right? When is our final? Mid-December. Yeah. So we have approximately 2 weeks. Yes. No, actually 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yes. All right. Stewart calculus. Okay, I'm just going to take it from the book. So it's close book, close notes, right? Okay, can you close your books and notes, please? All right. Okay. Yeah. Close book, close notes. So this is quiz 5, I think. Math 260. So Math 260, quiz 5. Can you make sure to write your name? And today's date is 11/16. All right. So 2 problems. One is write the partial fraction decomposition So number 1, x squared plus 1 divided by x cubed plus x squared. So what was case 2? Linear repeated, right? And then number 2, where is case 2? X minus 4 divided by two x minus 5 squared. All right, just these 2 problems. So 2 problems. So the first one, you have to factor out x squared first, right? So you factor out x squared, left with what? X plus 1. Yeah. Or actually, let me make it easier for number 2. Otherwise, these are both case 2. Can I choose a different problem for you? Okay, well, why don't you just do this? For number 2. For number 2, it is 4 divided by x squared minus 4. So try number 2 first. It's easier. So factor out the denominator. 4 divided by, how do you factor out x squared minus 4? Are you done? Thank you. So what's the answer? This one?
Okay.
Yeah, you could check it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like it. Wait, this one is repeated. Number one is repeated. Number one is linear repeated. Number one, what do you do for number one? You factor out what? X squared is linear but repeated. X squared is not a quadratic. It is linear but repeated. finished? Thank you. Oh, did everybody write down the problem? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to close the recording, okay? So we're done with 9.8, and we will continue with 9.9 tomorrow. What happened? Oh, okay, I'll put it up in a little bit, okay? Hold on, sorry.